Hey everyone, welcome to a new video, and today, as you saw it from the title, we are finally going to change my team. And over here on my team, it has been quite decent so far, but I am going to change this Moltres into a Suicune. And it's not going to be like a 3-star, 4-star Suicune, we are going for the 8-star Suicune to get the additional effect on the passive. But before we get into all the Suicune shenanigans, let me just show you how my account is doing so far, right? We have Scissor. I'm only like a few shards away from Mega Scissor, so we can expect a Mega Scissor video quite soon. And then we have our Mega Charizard. He's actually performing quite well. I'm actually enjoying the Mega Charizard on our team. We have our boy Reshiram. I just love this Pokemon. Do I regret not getting Giratina? Maybe a little bit, but I just love Reshiram in general. Very nice Pokemon. Kyurem, of course, our first S+ Pokemon, still holding on quite strong, even though it's a way lower power compared to Reshiram. It's not like way lower, it's like, what, 12k, 13k, something like that. But it's still quite nice. Then we have Jirachi, still building up Jirachi. And finally, last but not least, we have Moltres. The only reason why I have Moltres, there's a couple of multiple reasons. It's mostly because on his passive he increases crit damage for all Pokemon and 50% more for the fire type. And with 8-star increases an extra 10% crit damage to all allies. And with an extra 10% to all fire type Pokemon. And the fire type Pokemon of my team obviously being Reshiram and Mr. Charizard X. But also the other reason why I was using Moltres was because of the Reshiram's passive over here, which is related to the override mode. You guys will see Reshiram on action in a little bit, but basically when Reshiram is about to die, he does not die. He just comes back full HP, removes all the debuffs, whatever, gets more special attack, and it will just stay alive for 2 more rounds to deal damage. If we have 3 fire type Pokemon in the team, Reshiram would last 3 rounds instead. This would be nice because the moment he gets on the override mode, so the moment he dies and comes back to life, it could use the ultimate once, and on the last round of override mode, because of course he would last for 3 rounds with 3 fire type Pokemon on the team, he could also use ultimate again. So after dying, most of the times he would just release ultimate 2 times before dying for good. And that was actually quite good and quite interesting, and I enjoyed that on Reshiram a lot. But I am noticing a little bit of a lack of support related to the other teammates, and I always enjoyed having Suicune, especially when I was starting the game. For those who don't know, Suicune would be mostly used, one, for his ultimate maybe. I think ultimate is a little bit more situational. Ultimate is a bonus. He will hit the back line with his ultimate and reduces the rage and crit damage of the back line, which can also be very nice, okay? But it's not his main thing. His main thing would be the passive, which increases the speed and crit resistance for your whole team. And you see this 10%, you might like think that is not much, but technically this will scale with level. So the more you level up your passive, the more you will have. This effect is doubled to water type Pokemon. That's why I said like early game. If you did recharge early game, you got yourself a Greninja most likely. Or maybe you have like other water type Pokemon like Samurott or something. So Suicune paired with like water type Pokemon is quite nice. And Suicune at 8 stars, he gets an additional effect to his passive. So overall, as a Pokemon that is supposed to support your team and just help your team moving faster, and helps a little bit on the survivability as well. By the way, before you leave a comment and be like, yo Danny, why don't you evolve your Pokemon? You have so many Pokemon that you can evolve and you get stats for your Pokemon. I know, I'm leaving that specifically for a video, okay? Moving on, I'm just going to showcase you guys like one battle. For example, against Tiny over here. Tiny actually has exactly the team that I'm going to play, but he has 7-star Suicune. He's not there yet. He's super close, but he's not there yet. But nevertheless, let's take a look on how a battle goes between me and Tiny, and then we can compare it a little bit after. One of the things that usually happens between me and Tiny is that our battles are a lot 50-50. Since like every battle, your Pokemon targets different things, right? Like your Pokemon doesn't target the same Pokemon on every single battle. So sometimes I win, sometimes I'll lose. It feels like it's a little bit too much RNG. It really depends, it really depends.
Sometimes a disaster, sometimes we get free. Oh, you take the long way to stay close to me. I don't want another, I just wanna breathe. You take me higher, you stay close to me. Oh, I feel so alive, feel so alive. Dark won't cloud my eyes. Yeah, I feel so alive, feel so alive. Oh, we chase the night. Oh, I feel so alive, feel so alive. Dark won't cloud my eyes. Yeah, I feel so alive, feel so alive. Oh, we chase the night.
So as you could see in this battle, what actually won me the battle, it was mostly Reshiram and Charizard X. And Reshiram in the back, it's just such a good Pokemon actually. I can deal with a lot of stuff, except Giratinas. Giratinas is the stuff that I still struggle with, but I guess it's understandable. So since the RNG was on my side on that battle, I don't think Moltres even mattered in that battle, because he died before Charizard used his ultimate and Reshiram was dealing the damage. So if this aura effect does not have the effect once the Pokemon dies, in other words, if this is gone once Moltres dies, technically Moltres was useless in that battle. And at least with Suicune, pretty sure that even, Suicune will help on the first rounds. For sure, for sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to summon a bunch of Suicunes. And when I say a bunch of Suicunes, I actually mean a bunch of Suicunes. And we are going to try to get something like perhaps a timid Suicune would be interesting. How many do I have? Yeah, I have a lot of space. It's fine, it's fine. I have 44 of the legendary beasts. Everything is going into Suicune over here. I have a lot of stuff. So we are going to summon another one. Actually, you know what? Let me just go over here. This is Zorua. This is Riolu. How many did I want? So I have my Suicune 3 stars, and to get the Suicune from 3 stars to 8 stars, you need 8 Suicunes actually. So we already got 2, we only need to summon 6 more. Technically, we already have 3, and we can summon 5 more, and this one is modest, so that's a good sign. I would be hoping for a timid, but if we don't get timid, it's fine. At least we already have a modest. And from this chest, I will just get exactly 123 Suicune shards. This is basically, if I do this, I have exactly 100 shards, and I need to summon Riolu and Poipole. This basically means I still need 127. Let me just get like 27 over here, just to make sure that my math is correct. And we are going to summon 3 more Suicunes. And we have the 3-star here, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need 2 more. So I'm going to get 100 shards from this chest, and I think I'll just call it a day. And let's summon 2 more Suicunes. We have one Hasty. Hasty? No, I don't want Hasty. Hasty on Suicune, nah. And we finally have our army of Suicunes. Let's go. Now we just need to find the modest, which is this one. And we will use all the other Suicunes, all of them, to star up this big boy. And there we go, we got an 8-star Suicune. 8-star Suicune actually also unlocks HP on the star effect, so I really like that a lot. Sadly, the damage reduction is on the 12-star, which would actually help a lot. And if we take a look actually at the bonds, we are missing Zorua. You know what, Zorua? Can I summon you, like, today? Would be interesting. I have 28. That means I need 22. And I have exactly 22. Let's go. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is perfect. It's like the other chest I did not want to use for Zorua. It's not, doesn't even have Zorua. Do I have anything else over here with Zorua? No. This is just way too perfect. What? Okay, Mr. Zorua, I guess welcome home, let's go. And now, yeah, look at this. Everything looks beautiful now. Now what I'm going to do is finally get rid of the bird. We are going to remove his held item, and I'm just going to reset the bird. So I'm going to build up Suicune, and I'll see you guys in a bit. And okay, we are back after a good amount of time of taking care of Suicune. As you can see, 100k power. I believe Moltres was around 91k. It's mostly because I did one small mistake. I guess we can call it mistake. I maxed out the trinkets for the HPs except the last one, and I did not want to do that because the previous ones on Moltres, I think they were around 70 or something. And I only wanted to do that for the big boys, and even the big boys, look at this. Even the big boys, they are not maxed out, and they should be. So I was just saving my materials for the breakthroughs of my Pokemon, and then I go for the trinkets. But apparently everything went for Suicune, and I'm not going to spend diamonds on resetting the Suicune. No, it will stay like this now. It's fine. I also did some friendship. Okay, we have 300 friendship. I think Moltres was between 100 or 150. I stopped at 300. I could have gone to 350, but I stopped at 300 because I only care about this HP and I don't care about the defense ignore since he's not supposed to be a damage dealer. So that doesn't matter for me right now. I can hold that. Moltres was on stage 3 and Suicune now is on stage 4. So those were mostly all the upgrades that I've done compared to Moltres. Nothing much special. It was mostly the trinkets that gave me the power difference. Also, when I was using Moltres, I had this buff for my team, which is 15% HP and 15% attacks. Now I have a little bit less attack. I have 5% less attacks because I put Suicune in the team. And now I only make a group of 3 dragons and nothing else, but it should be fine. So let's go for the final test against Tiny. Exactly the same setup of team, nothing else changed. And honestly, enjoy the battle and let's see how it performs.
Sometimes a disaster, sometimes we get free. Oh, you take the long way to stay close to me. I don't wanna know her, I just wanna breathe. You take me higher, you stay close to me. Oh, I feel so alive, feel so alive. Dark won't cloud my eyes. Yeah, I feel so alive, feel so alive. Oh, we chase the night. Oh, I feel so alive, feel so alive. Dark won't cloud my eyes. Yeah, I feel so alive. Sometimes a disaster, sometimes we get free. Oh, you take the long way to stay close to me. I don't wanna know her, I just wanna breathe. You take me higher, you stay close to me. I feel so alive, feel so alive. Dark won't cloud my eyes. Yeah, I feel so alive, feel so alive. Oh, we chase the night. Oh, I feel so alive, feel so alive. Dark won't cloud my eyes. Yeah, I feel so alive, feel so alive. Oh, we chase the night.
Okay, I believe this was a much more balanced battle this time. I believe it gave me so much tankiness. My Pokemon survived for so long, actually. I enjoyed this a lot. I didn't even show you guys, but let's take a look at the skill over here, and we take a look at the passive. We actually, well, the number doesn't increase like by a lot, right? It went from 10% to 13.75. It's not like a huge increase. It's mostly a double boost for water types. The big increase is for water types. But it's quite a decent amount of speed. The speed matters, right? The speed matters if you want to attack first. And this crit resistance, and especially this, if you noticed in that battle, I was rarely, but rarely frozen by the enemy Kyurem because of this additional effect over here, which increases my negative effect resistance and my status condition immunity rate by 15%. So in other words, things like stuns, things like paralyzed perhaps, and things like frozen, I have 50% extra immunity to those kinds of controls. And honestly, I think I already said this, but I'm very happy. I'm very happy with the performance of Suicune. As I said, it was one of my favorite Pokemons for the early game because if you don't have any useful Pokemon to put on your team, just put Suicune. You get extra speed and crit resist. It's like, if you don't have anything else useful, just leave a Suicune over there and he will do something at least. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys on the next video.